What's up, Taiwan? Good evening. I'm Leslie Liao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's President Tsai spoke at an International Holocaust Remembrance Day in Taipei on Tuesday. The event was organized by the Israeli and German representative offices in Taiwan, along with the Taiwan Foundation for Democracy. A rabbi sings a prayer. It's usually sung for the soul of a person who has passed away. This ceremony has been held in Taipei every year since 2016 in memory of the 6 million Jewish victims of the Holocaust. Organizers hope it can teach Taiwanese society about the tragedies of the past and connect it to the current drive for human rights. In her speech, President Tsai spoke about the need to confront anti-Semitism and authoritarian oppression.
We are also seeing the horrifying effects of such aggression in Ukraine, which is experiencing destruction on a scale not seen since the Second World War. If we do not remember the mistakes of the past, we are bound to repeat them. Russia and Ukraine were set to return to the negotiating table on Tuesday after a technical pause in peace talks on Monday. On the ground in Ukraine, the fighting continues. Drone footage captured by Ukraine's National Guard shows the extent of the destruction inside the city of Mariupol. A convoy of 160 civilian vehicles managed to flee on Monday. In the capital Kyiv, Russian shelling hit an apartment block, killing at least 2 and injuring dozens. 2 more were killed in a Russian attack on an aircraft factory and a nearby residential building. Ukraine has accused Russia of firing on civilians trying to leave the city. An employee at Russia's state-run Channel 1 TV station staged an anti-war protest during the evening news on Monday. The woman, Marina Ovsyannikova, interrupted the live broadcast, shouting "Stop the war" and "No to war." She held up a sign behind the anchor that read, "Don't believe the propaganda, and they are lying to you here." Reports say she was an editor at Channel 1 and that she was later arrested. Under a new law, people in Russia who publicly challenge the government's claims about the war in Ukraine may face up to 15 years in prison. In a video recorded before her protest, Ovsyannikova said her father is Ukrainian and that she feels ashamed of spreading Kremlin propaganda. The European Union has approved a 4th set of sanctions to punish Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. But what about companies here in Asia? Alexander Akamenko, the co-founder of Stanford University's Ukrainian Emerging Leaders Program, explains why Taiwanese companies should sever ties with Russia.
First of all, reputational losses. Secondly, because the companies which will stay in Russia and continue to work and to pay taxes should understand that they, by their taxes, they are sponsoring the bombs which are killing Ukrainian civilians right now. Every dollar which is paid by any company which continue to work in Russia will sponsor world terrorism. Any one of you, any company, any person can do and make difference according to their own choice. So please, if you have any influence or reputation among Taiwan companies, urge them to leave Russian market now.
You're still in Ukraine itself, and you said earlier that you have no plans to leave the country. So how optimistic are you about emerging from this war victorious?
I think that we already won this war because the amount of sanctions and the consequences for Russia and Russian citizens and people all around the world, and including inside of Russia, is catastrophic. The country will fall down in around a month or so. So it will be economically disastrous for Russian population, and I think it can lead to the change of regime. And so I want to believe that China and Chinese government will not put their strength and force to the loser in this battle, but to the winner. So I think that having the pros and cons of this decision, they have to think about their economical success and their economical consequences of this after the war ends. And in case they will support Russia, the economical success will be much weaker, much smaller, if they will agree with the United States position and stay neutral or support Ukraine.
Gas prices in Taiwan have hit a 7-year high. Taiwan's National Development Council says that rising fuel prices could push up annual inflation here by 2.5% this year. James Chater reports.
The economic butterfly effect. Ripples from Russian President Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine are reverberating through the global economy, with the price at the pump in Taiwan the latest to feel the impact. Prices for all types of fuel in Taiwan have risen since Russia's invasion of Ukraine began, with the price of octane 95 reaching a 7-year high this week of 33.1 Taiwan dollars per litre. That's around $1.16. Countries around the world are dealing with soaring energy costs, with New Zealand, Spain, Brazil and the United States all experiencing fuel price spikes. US President Joe Biden made clear who he thought was responsible.
Make no mistake, the current spike in gas prices is largely the fault of Vladimir Putin.
But the concerns in Taiwan are wider than just fuel prices. The national government has extended a freeze on the price of natural gas until April. 10% of Taiwan's supply is imported from Russia. The 15-month freeze is now the longest in history. Taiwanese lawmakers are also concerned about the conflict's impact on the semiconductor industry. Ukraine is estimated to produce around 50% of the world's semiconductor-grade neon, but Taiwan's economic minister reassured the country's legislators.
厂商目前在国内的库存其实都充足。2014的克里米亚战争的时候，他们其实也有去分散相关的来源。
Even eggs in Taiwan have been caught in the costly crossfire. They're now at a 3-year high. And it's those higher everyday prices that has left some worried that Taiwan's Consumer Price Index, a gauge of the cost of everyday products, could rise to 2.5% this year. The ripples of price hikes in Taiwan are but a small sign of how countries around the world are also paying the price for Putin's war. Alex Chen and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
Guinea pigs have been a popular pet in Taiwan, but now they're turning up abandoned in public places. The Japanese animated series Pui Pui Molcar was a big hit in Taiwan last year, prompting many people to get guinea pigs as pets. But the new owners soon found out that guinea pigs tend to reproduce quickly. This has led to unwanted guinea pigs being dumped in places like parks, where they become easy prey for local cats and dogs. Local rescue group Rodents Care says it took in more than 200 guinea pigs last year, more than 10 times the annual average before the craze began. The group is calling on the public to adopt a guinea pig and is urging current owners not to abandon their pets. Now, it may sound like the punchline to a colossal shipping joke, but it's actually a reality. A boat called the Evergreen, well, is no longer moving forward. That's right, yet another cargo ship belonging to the Evergreen Shipping Company has run aground. You'll remember that boat that blocked the Suez Canal last year? Well, the latest incident took place off the east coast of the United States on Sunday night local time. It got stuck in Chesapeake Bay on its way to the state of Virginia. One difference this time is the Evergreen is not blocking an international shipping lane. There's no word yet on whether the Evergreen has tried kicking it in reverse. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. I'm Leslie Liao. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with some images of a light show in Jerusalem and street art in London showing support for Ukraine. Take care and see you next time.